We're gonna get moving. All right. We'll start at the end of your mat. We'll try to stretch out that little shoulder of yours, Brooklyn. It's always there. It is. It is. If there's anything else that you're feeling tight, let me know. We can try to loosen it up a bit today. Avery, anything tight out of the ordinary? You're feeling okay? All good? Good. Okay. Perfect. All right, we'll start heels together, toes apart. You can be right on your mat, just right at the end. And then you can reach your arms up. Take a big stretch up there. Grab onto a wrist and give that a pull. And then switch that, lift up and over the opposite way. Bring that back into center. Draw your abs in as you dive down, reach to your toes, let your head hang, let your arms reach. Relax your head from your neck, your arms from your shoulders. You can even just let your arms kind of circle in one direction, just hanging out of your shoulder joints. And then circle the opposite way. Continue to let your head hang down. And as you're just hanging here, your tummy's still pulling in. Draw your abs in even more as you stack your spine back up, your lower back, your mid back, your upper back, everything reaches back up. Take a big stretch up there. And then we'll take a big step forward towards the front of your mat. You can take one leg behind the other. You know the drill. Take a seat. Ideally without using your arms, but if you need to, go for it. Nice job. Pretty good. All right, you're going to plant your feet down and then extend your legs. Dive forward towards your toes. Let your head hang. Stack up nice and tall, and you're just going to hang out in this position here. Flex your feet, pull your inner thighs together, and then from this position, reach your arms wide to the outsides. Reach, let's go, we're going to twist to the right first on your exhale. Twist like you're trying to look to the side of your mat, and then bring that back to center. And then we'll do the same thing the opposite way. Exhale, and back to center. Exhale, twist, try to stay tall. And glue your inner thighs together. Heels are touching, inner thighs are pulled in, and return back to center. Exhale, twist. Those little barbershop thingies, you know, those twisty things, be that thing. Exhale. Inhale. And one more. Exhale. And back to center. Reach your hands behind you, interlace your fingertips, open up your chest, squeeze those shoulder blades together. That should be a nice big stretch for the front of your shoulders, hopefully. Tight shoulders over there. Good. And then you can reach towards your toes, let your head hang down. All right, from there, reach long through your toes, reach your arms out in front of you, and draw your abs in. Start to roll your spine down onto your mat. Once you get there, you can stay there, bend your knees, plant your feet. Your hands can just press down into your mat. Belly button pulls in towards your spine. You're going to hold here, back is anchored. Bring one leg into tabletop, and then lower that leg down and switch it. As you're lowering and lifting your leg, you should feel your tummy doing the work to do so. Hey, friend. Oh, good. Find a mat. Find a space. Lower, tap, bring it back up. Good, and switch. Now, the next time you bring your right leg up to your tabletop position, keep that there, and then bring the other one up to meet it. So you have both legs in tabletop. Back is anchored, belly button still pulled in. You should really feel like you're using your core to make this happen. And you're going to lower one foot down to tap the mat, bring it back up, and then switch it. Your legs are still nice and close together. Lower down, tap, and lift. And lower, tap, and lift. Switcheroo. One more on each side. Once you are even, you can lower both of your feet down to tap the mat. Lift them both back up. Can you keep your back anchored as you do that? Lower down, tap, and then lift. Back stays anchored. Pull your ribs in. Inhale, lower, exhale, and lift. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Let's go one more time like that. And then once you return back to tabletop, you can lower your feet down to relax. Bring your arms up to the ceiling. Let's focus on those ribs. As you reach your arms over your head, think about pulling your rib cage down and into the mat, almost like you're trying to pull away from a button-up shirt that feels too tight. Reach your hands back up to the ceiling. Reach your hands over your head. Same thing. Pull the ribs in. Your lower abdominals are still kicking. They're still working. But the emphasis here is trying to pull those ribs down and in as you reach your arms over. Let's do that one more time. Your hands reach up. Circle around to the outside this time. Reach them all the way down to your hips and then bring it back up to the ceiling. Reach your arms up, pulling your rib cage down and in. Reach your arms wide to the outsides and return back up. One more here. Reach up, circle around, pull the ribs in. Once you return back to the ceiling, switch your direction. Press down first. Loop around to the outsides and reach back up to the ceiling. While your hands reach wide to the outsides, can you try to focus on pulling those ribs in so they don't flare as your arms reach wide now? We'll go one more time in this direction. Lower abdominals are still doing their job down there, keeping that back connected to your mat. Once you return back up to the ceiling, you can bring your arms down by your sides. From here, tuck your chin into your chest like you're trying to look down your shirt without actually lifting your head, right? A lot of times we just start to lift and curl, but can we just focus on the head nod portion of that? Can you tuck your chin in? And as you do that, number one, you probably get a double chin. Perfect. That's where you should be. You should also feel length in the neck and your back. And then return your eyes back up to the ceiling. You tuck your chin in, double chin, lengthen the back of the neck, and then look back up. That should be your first step. Anytime we're going to start to lift the head, can you nod the head first? And then can you take that to your neck curl? Your chin tucks in, you lift your head, you look to your belly button. Good. Now keep that chin tucked in as you lower your head and then return looking back up at the ceiling. Chin tucks in first, then lift the head, curl, look to your belly button. Good. Fingertips reach. You know where this is headed, right? We know the drill now. Lower your head down, look back up to the ceiling. All right, let's bring your legs one at a time into tabletop. On your exhale, first tuck your chin into your chest. Pull those ribs in. Lift your head. Look to your belly button. Start pumping for the 100. Here we go. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Extend your legs if you'd like. Pilates stance. Inner thighs pull together. Exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. In, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep that length in the back of your neck. Chin stays tucked in. Exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 60. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in and breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 80. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 90. Last one. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold it. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And then we lift all the way up, come up to seated. Nice job. Core's awake. Yes. Neck's awake, hopefully. Good, good. All right. You can start with your feet about maybe hip distance apart. Nice tall spine. We're going to move the pelvis, just the pelvis. Here's our friend, Robin. Hi, Robin. Welcome. How are you? Yeah, no kidding. Find a spot anywhere. We just did the 100. Dang, we might have to do it again so that Robin can do the 100. Dang it. All right, fine. All right, let's move into the roll up. You're nice and tall. Your hands are going to reach out in front of you. Feet are going to start about hip distance apart. And then I'm going to have you exhale, round and reach forward like you're rounding and reaching over a beach ball. So your tummy pulls in, your spine is round. Now see if you can keep that shape as you roll down super duper slowly onto your back. It's your pelvis that does the work first. You should think about tucking your pelvis underneath. Reach long through the bottoms of your feet. Your lower back reaches the mat, your mid back, your upper back, your head. Your hands return back to the ceiling. Now remember what we did when we warmed up. When you reach your hands over your head, can you keep your ribs pulling in? Ribs pull in, hands reach up. Hands reach back to the ceiling. If you need to, you can use your hands to give yourself a little boost, or harder version, chin tucks into your chest. You peel your spine up and off of the mat with control as you round and reach forward. Head hangs, arms reach over that beach ball. Draw your abs in, pull your pelvis underneath you. Your lower back reaches down as you roll back onto your mat. Lower back, mid back, upper back with control. Hands reach up to the ceiling. Pull your ribs in as you reach your hands over your head. Reach your hands back to the ceiling. Tuck your chin into your chest. Peel your spine up and off the mat. All right, if that feels easy peasy, you can bring your legs a little bit closer together. That's going to make things a little bit harder. If you're like, this is already really hard, then you can keep your feet a little bit wider. Okay, chin tucks into your chest, draw your abs in, pull your hip bones underneath you, your lower back, your mid back, your upper back, round down. Hands reach over your head without flaring your ribs. Reach back to the ceiling, chin tucks into your chest, round and come all the way back up. Nice job. Boost your butt forward, steer towards the front of your mat. Once you're there, we'll move into rolling like a ball. You're going to tuck your knees in towards your chest. Harder is always going to be hands a little bit lower. Higher up is going to be a little bit easier. Okay, if you want an even easier version, you can start with your hands behind your legs like such. Okay, so find wherever is easy enough for you. You're going to tuck your chin into your chest. Your spine is round. You roll back, you roll up, and you balance at the top. If you get up really quickly, lower your hands down. Try it again. Can you pull your heels to your butt and keep them connected? When you get up to the top each time, try not to let your feet touch. Relax your shoulders as you're rolling back and rolling up. Lengthen in the back of your neck. Roll back to roll up. When you get up to the next rep, you can hold here. Keep your balance position on your tailbone, but take your elbows and bring them to your knees. You can have a little bit wider position with your knees. So they're not like super duper close. If you're holding here, can you roll back and roll up from that position? Keep your knees and your elbows connected. Try it again. Roll back to roll up. Good, good. One more time. Let's see it. Nice job. Look at you, Pilates pros. That's pretty darn good. Look at you. You guys must do Pilates. That's great. Okay, cool. I got a little crooked on that one. If anybody got a little crooked, maybe just center yourself on your mat, if so. We're going to take that a little bit further into an exercise called the roll over, okay? If you can imagine where that is, that's that way, okay? So what's going to happen, we've done a little bit of this before. We're going to kind of do the whole thing together. A lot of you probably know where you're headed. But you're going to end up rolling back to this position. Okay, let's just try that first. So you can use your hands. They'll be on the outsides of your legs. You can keep your bent knee position as you roll back. Just try to use your hands to support you back there and take a split second at the back where you pause. Okay, let's do that a couple times. Yep, and we get back there, hold 1,000, 2,000, then come back up. Roll back. And good, and then come all the way up. Okay, that was great. Same thing, but straight legs when you get back there. Start with your bent knees. You're going to roll back, straighten out your legs. You can bring them back in as you come back up to your balance position. Try that. Good. All right, let's make it a little bit harder. Scoot your butt back so you're in the middle of your mat. You're going to roll down with control onto your back. From this position, you can tuck your knees into your chest. Your hands are going to press down into your mat. We're going to start by just trying to reach your knees behind your head. And then roll that back down again. You may not get quite as high. You don't have momentum, right? So go ahead and try that a couple times. And if that feels easy peasy, reach your legs straight up to the ceiling. Then lower your legs to about 45 degrees. From that position, reach your legs back and roll your spine down with straight legs. Reach long through your fingertips. Return back to your starting position, which is legs at 45 degrees, and then reach your legs back again to roll your spine down. Nice job. One more step for you. Tuck your knees into your chest, give them a hug. Little breather before we add our extra little jazz. All right, when you're ready, your hands are going to press down into your mat. Your legs are reaching straight up to the ceiling. You're going to reach your legs down to 45 again to start. Reach your legs back behind you. Open the legs to shoulder distance. Flex your feet. Roll your spine down. Return back to your 45 degrees. Close your legs together. Reach them back. Open the legs and flex. Roll the spine down. Reach long through your fingertips. We'll do one more rep there. Close the legs together. You're at 45. Reach them back. Flex the feet open to shoulder distance to roll your spine down. And then tuck your knees into your chest and rest. Nice job. Extend your left leg on the mat and extend your right leg up towards the ceiling. Press your hands down into the mat and press your left leg down into the mat. You should feel your glute and hamstring engage on that side. Your right leg, the one reaching up, is externally rotated. Your toes are slightly turned out. And from there, we make a circle. You're going to go across your body, around and come up to pause. Across, around, and lift. Single leg circle. Across, around, and lift. Check in on your rib cage. Pull those ribs in, anchor them down into the mat. Anchor your hip bones down. If I came by and tried to grab your hand off your mat, I shouldn't be able to move it. Right, Brooklyn? Good. One more. And then switch your direction. Now go out to the side, loop around and come in. Out, around to lift. Out, around and come up. Two more. Hips stay still, leg stays nice and straight. Last one. Lower your right leg down and bring your left leg straight up. Externally rotate your left leg so your toes are slightly pointed out. Your right leg presses down into the mat. From here, we go across, around, and lift. Don't let me grab your hand. Across, around, and come up. Open the chest. Across, around, and lift. Across, around, and come up. Two more. And last one. Pause at the top. Switch your direction. Out, around to lift. Out, around, and come up. Your circle is only as big as you can keep your hips in place. One more time. And then lower your leg down. Keep your hands on the mat if you can. Widen your feet to about shoulder distance. Tuck your chin into your chest and come all the way up into a seated position, reaching forward towards your toes. Find a stretch there. Center yourself on the mat and line your heels up with the corners of your mat. I think I'm finally warm enough. All right, so from here, you're gonna flex your feet. You are nice and tall as if your back is stacked up against a wall. Reach your hands out in front of you. On your exhale, chin tucks into your chest, right? We warmed up with that. Should feel comfy, cozy. Round and reach forward, sliding your hands as if they're reaching across a tabletop. Pull your belly button into the spine, your lower back, your mid back, your upper back. Stack up tall. Exhale, round and reach forward. Inhale, stack up tall. Exhale, reach across that table for something good. Maybe shortbread bars with icing. Exhale, round and reach. And inhale, stack up. Huh? Just one. I mean, or 5 or just 10, however many sounds good to me. Exhale, round and reach. And inhale, stack it back up. Let's do one more like that. Exhale, reach, reach, reach. Good. Bring your arms wide to the outsides. You're in your T. We're going to take your left hand and twist to the outside of your right foot. Exhale. Like you're trying to twist to the side of your mat completely. And then inhale, stack it back up. Focus on your opposite hip bone, staying anchored. A lot of times this one's going to try to pop up as you twist and reach. See if you can press that down as you twist away. Exhale, twist, reach, reach, reach. Inhale, stack back up tall. Exhale, core does the work as you reach forward and pulls your spine back up. One more time each way. Flex your feet once more. Once you return to your nice tall position, bring your legs together, boost your butt forward, and take your right knee into your chest. Once you have that, you're going to take so right knee is tucked in, your right hand is at your ankle, and your left hand is at your knee. Does that make sense? Michelle, can you see me? Sorry. Like this? Yeah. Okay. Do that same thing on the other side. Can you make that, but the other way? Switch it. Switch. Switch your hands. Switch it. Switch it. There we go. Good. And Robin, switch it. There we go. Good. Don't worry. We'll do it. Oh, yeah. You try that, Brooklyn. You're in charge. You start teaching. Switch. Switch and switch. and switch. So all you're doing is going like this. Got it? Uh-huh. Something's wrong there, Carol. Good. All right, we're going to get it. Nice job. Lauren's got it. We got it. Okay. Michelle still doesn't have it. Your outside hand, we're going to go by Brooklyn's rules. Outside hand is at your ankle. Oh! All right, I quit. You're in charge. Thank you, Brooklyn. All right. So your outside hand is at your ankle. Now do that same thing on the other side. All right. And then do the same thing on the other side. All right. Good. All right. Back to your right side. Now let's do the exercise, shall we? Should we get to it? All right. Your right knee's tucked in. Your left leg's going to go long. You're going to roll down onto your back. And your eyes are on your belly button. You're going to tuck that knee in. You're going to give it a hug. Can you meet your nose to your knee? Curl up. And then switch it. Remember that hand placement. And Michelle, I'm watching you. And switch. And switch. And pull in and switch. Meet your nose to your knee and switch. Pull in and switch. Last one on the left side. And then you're going to tuck both of your knees in towards your chest. From this position, pull your heels to your butt so that your butt doesn't actually lift up off of the mat when you pull your legs in. Does that make sense? You're going to reach your arms, reach your legs. Hold it there, double leg stretch. Reach your arms out to the sides. Pull your heels to your butt. Your tummy continues to pull in as you reach your arms and your legs and you hold. And you circle the arms around and pull in. Inhale, reach the arms, reach the legs. Lower back presses down into the mat. You loop around and pull back in one more time. Reach, hold, and circle to pull in. Lower your head down to rest your neck for a second. Curl back up, look to your belly button. Extend your legs up to the ceiling. Take your hands to the back of your right leg as your left leg lowers down towards the mat. Watch what your tummy does. It should stay still as you switch legs. If it's moving up and down, try to slow your movement down. Try to press your back down. Pull, pull, switch. Pull, pull, switch. Find the stretch in the back of your leg. Focus on that neck curl. One more each way. Last one's on your left side. Reach your legs up to the ceiling and take your hands behind your head to support your neck. When you have your hands back here, you're sandwiching them together. You're not interlacing your fingertips and your elbows are wide. You're in Pilates stance, you're just holding. Can you lower your body down slightly like your torso, your legs stay in place? And then can you tuck your chin into your chest, lift up off of your shoulder blades, and then lower that back down again. Exhale, lift up off the shoulder blades one more time. Exhale as you lift. Take your right knee to your left shoulder and hold it. Your left leg goes long out in front of you. Open up your elbows and then switch it and hold it, hold it, hold it, and switch. And switch. If your back is peeling up off of the mat, lift your legs up a little bit higher and switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. Last one. And then pop up into a seated position. Oh, nice job. You made it. Ab series. All right. Flip to your tummy. Hands underneath your chest. And your legs are long and glued together. Let's bring if you could scooch back just a bit so that when we're going to do that swan. We've done this this way a couple times. Your hands are going to be at the corners of your mat in front of you. So you have a little bit of bend in your elbows. But basically what I want it to look like when you come up is that your arms extend. It's a little nicer on your upper back and mid back. Does that make sense? Can you see that, Robin? Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right, and then bring that all the way down. Your elbows kind of go out to the sides. So from here, eyes are looking down at your mat. Your belly button is pulling in and up. I want you to think about lifting your head. You're lengthening in the neck. Start to push your hands down so that your arms extend. Keep pulling your tummy in and up. That's supporting your back. Glue your inner thighs together and then look to your left. Look down to your chest. Look to the right. Look back to center and then lower the front of your body back down with control. Your elbows slightly go out to the sides. And again, we lift the head up, lift the chest, draw your abs in and up, extend the arms. This time, look to your right. Look down and around. Look back to center, straight out in front of you, and lower the front of your body back down like you're articulating in the front. Head lifts up, chest lifts up, draw your abs in, push the ground away, extending your spine. Pull your inner thighs together, squeeze your butt, and then lower the front of your body back down. Good. Bring your hands underneath you so that your elbows are directly underneath your shoulders and your hands are pressed down. You're in like a sphinx position. A sphinx. All right, from here, with one leg, you're going to bend at the knee, kick, kick. Extend it, push the ground away more. Can you lift your head up? Get your head up as high as you can get up to the ceiling. And then switch it. Kick, kick, lower, down, switch. Kick, kick. If your whole body is shifting when you kick, see if you can lift up even more off of your mat. Pull your tummy in more. Kick, kick, switch. Kick, kick, switch. Should really feel that in the back of your leg. Also the front of your body, pushing you away. Kick, kick, switch. Last one on each side. Once you're even there, you're going to go back to your first side, but instead of just kicking, I'm going to have you lift up your leg. Can you just lift and then lower that down? You should feel that more in your glute rather than your hamstring. And then you're going to switch that. You're going to lift up just as much as you can squeeze your butt and lower that down. Don't get into your lower back. Try to just squeeze enough to feel that in your glute and then lower and then switch it. One more like that on each side. Last one. Push the ground away. Once you are even, then you're going to lift and kick, kick. Lift one, kick, kick. Extend it, lower it. Opposite. Lift, kick, kick, extend, lower. Got it? Lift, kick, kick, extend, lower. High glutes. Lift up, kick, kick, extend. One more time on each side. Lower. Last one. And good. Take your hands underneath you. Boost yourself back into a child's pose. Reach your hands forward. Your head hangs. Your arms reach. Your tummy pulls in. You can reach your hands to the right side of your mat. And then reach to the left side of your mat. And then you can bring that back into center. And we're going to go back down into your push-up position. Looks a lot like a push-up. That's what we're doing, push-up. We don't call it that. We call it leg pull front. It's much more exciting. All right. So from here, you're going to find Pilates stance with your feet. Your heels are glued together. Your hands are underneath your chest. We're going to lift up into a push-up position. You're either going to do that to your knees or to your toes, but we're all going to meet at the toes eventually. On your exhale, lift up and meet at the toes. You should be in Pilates stance still. Heels are together, toes are apart. Your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. So if they're out in front of you, see if you can bring your body weight forward. Yes, beautiful. With control, lower your entire body down. With control is the key word. Nice job. Breathe. Good. All right, let's do that same thing again. We're just going to add a little extra jazz to it. On your exhale, lift up, same way you did before. Good. Nice job. Hold this position. Squeeze your right glute. Float your right leg off of the mat without changing the position of your butt or your back. Lower the leg down, switch it. And lower that down and switch. And lower, down, and switch. Once you are even, lower your entire body down. Same way you came up. Nicely done. Okay, one more fun step for you. On your exhale, lift back up to your push-up position. Exhale, lift. Once you get there, lift up your foot, hold it there, bend and extend at your ankle once, lower it down, and switch it. Opposite leg lifts up, bend and extend, lower, and switch. And switch. One more on each side. Find your Pilates stance for a second in between. And then instead of lowering yourself down, bring your knees to the side of your mat and take a seat. And let's face the mirrors that way. Nice job, everybody. I have to send that video to everybody. All right. We're not actually doing mermaid yet, but I like where your head's at. We're almost there. All right. So you're going to take your, we're going to find like a half side lying position. And I'm gonna have you bring your elbow directly underneath your shoulder. So if you look down, you have a straight line, okay? It's nice and stacked. You can pull your shoulder down and back. Your top leg is gonna be extended and your bottom leg is gonna have bend in it. You're at like a 90-degree angle here. You're gonna keep that bottom knee down on the mat as you lift up, okay? Yep. Your foot is still extended and you can keep that pressed down for right now. You're just lifting your hip up off of your mat. Yep. And then just lower that back down. Let's do that a couple times. I feel okay? Easy peasy? Something like that. Now, the next time that you lift your hip up off of your mat, you're also gonna lift up your top leg. Am I really? Yes, you can do it. And then you're gonna lower it and lift it. And lower and lift. Lower to lift. For 3, for 2, try your abs in, and for 1. You can lower that leg down, lower your hip down. You're almost through it, you're doing great. You're gonna squeeze, lift up, hold your hip, lift up your top leg. Now draw a small circle with your lifted leg. Small little baby circle, nothing else moves. Look straight out in front of you so you're not cranking on your neck. I know you wanna look at your foot, don't do it. 3, 2, and 1, switch your direction. Circle the opposite way. For 3, for 2, and for 1, lower everything down. Nice job. Okay, you're gonna come up to your side seated position. You're still facing the same way. I'll give you 2 options for your legs. You're either gonna go one leg out in front, one leg in back like such. That gives you a better stretch. Harder version is gonna be legs stacked. Got that? So you can pick whichever your heart desires. When you're ready, whatever hand is closest, what is that, your right hand? Right hand grabs onto your shins. Your left hand reaches up to the ceiling. You're gonna exhale and reach over towards your legs away from me. Inhale, stack your spine up and find a T. And then lower down with control onto your forearm. Inhale, stack back up, find your T. And then grab and reach. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale and over. One more time to go down onto your mat. Find length all the way through that long side. And as you come back up to your tall starting position, take your left hand behind your head and cross that over towards your opposite knee. Take your hands behind you. You're gonna keep facing the same way, but you're gonna teaser your legs to the other side. Beautiful. Okay, let's start with your mermaid. We're gonna do everything in reverse. Okay, so we're going in a circle. You're stacked. However you had your legs on the other side, I would do the same thing on this side. And then we'll start with your hand on your shin again. You're gonna reach your arm up. Exhale, reach towards your legs, towards me. And then inhale, stack your spine up, find a T. With control, lower down onto your forearm. Inhale, stack back up, and grab and reach. Inhale, and exhale. Breathe in, 2, breathe out. We'll go one more time down onto that forearm. Reach up and over. And then this time when you come back up to your tall starting position, take your right hand behind your head, cross that over towards your opposite knee. And then from there, we're gonna go down to your forearm for the fun part. Side lying on this side. Bottom leg is bent, your top leg is extended. From there, we're gonna start by just lifting up. Remember, your elbow should be directly underneath your shoulder. If you look down, it should be a nice straight line. Okay, and then just lower that down. Let's do that a couple times. Get comfy cozy on that side. Lift up to lower, easy peasy. The next time that you lift up your hips, hold it there. And then can we lift and lower? Lift and lower. For 3, for 2, and for 1. Can you keep your leg lifted? And can you send it forward and back? Hold that leg in the center and circle. Circle, circle. That bottom leg works to keep you upright. You can do it for 3, for 2, for 1. Switch your direction. Sweep the leg back, find your glute for 3, for 2, and for 1. Lower everything down. Nice job. All right, dive forward towards your toes. Can reach, head hangs. And then boost your butt forward towards the front of your mat. So you have space behind you. All right. Take your hands to the tops of your ankles and find a balanced position on your tailbone. Extend your right leg up towards the ceiling. It should line up with the edge of your mat. So when you're extended there, edge of your mat is where you're at. You're going to bring that leg back down. Switch it. Pretty good, you guys. Look at that. And switch. As you're extending your legs, think tall spines. Can you open up your chest as much as you can? And bring it back in and switch. And bring it back in and switch. Once you're even on both sides, extend both legs and hold. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Remember, you're about the distance of your mat is where you should be. Good. And then bring it back down. All right, open leg rocker. You're going to roll back, roll up, balance at the top, easy peasy, right? Not easy peasy. You're going to try, I'm going to give you a couple options. You can either do one leg at a time. If you've been practicing at home and you're ready to go, you can try both legs at the same time. Or if you're like, I would like to try both legs today, great, let's do it. Or you can do one leg at a time. That's totally cool too. If you want to try one leg, one stays in, one extends, you roll back, you roll up, and you open up your chest to get up at the top. If you're trying both legs, it's the same thing. Your center of gravity is just thrown off. You're going to roll back to roll up and open up your chest, okay? Almost didn't make it, but we made it. All right, let's try it. Pick one, anyone. You can try both. You can try one. Let's do like 5 or 6 reps or 3 on each side. Nice job, everybody. That looks great. Roll back to roll up. Open up your chest. If you get stuck, that's okay. Just try to do it again and open up your chest if you get stuck. Legs extended, right, Carol? Extend them on up. Get them up there. You can do it. Good. Roll back and roll up. Lift your chest up to the ceiling. You can do it. Good. 1 or 2 more. Nice job. Hey, looks great. Nice job, everybody. Nice job, Robin. That looks good. Awesome. Yeah, click your heels together. Click your feet together like a seal. Not quite there yet, Brooklyn, but we're getting there. Yeah, very excited about that. Okay, take your hands behind you. You can boost your butt back slightly. And then I'll have you point your fingertips towards your butt with your legs in a bent knee position, okay? So knees are bent, fingertips pointed to your butt. You're going to pull your belly button into your spine first. You should feel a little bit of engagement in your core. Then start to squeeze your butt and lift your hips up. Push the ground away, and then just control that back down. If you can, yes. It's going to be easier if you're farther apart, but if you can try to keep them pressed, that would be ideal. Yep. Good question. And then lower that back down. Think about pushing the ground away to extend the spine, keeping length in your neck, and lower back down. If you want more of a challenge, start to extend your legs out in front of you. And then do the same thing. Lift up. You feel a lot more hamstrings there. And best case scenario, you go straight legs. Lift up if you'd like. Nice job, Robin. Point your toes and press them into the ground. Yep. Good. Lift. And then lower. Nice job. And then dive forward towards your toes. All right. Plant your right foot on the mat with your left leg extended. And glue your inner thighs together. Tees are one leg. Arms are reaching out in front of you. Your knees are glued. Your foot that's planted, use that to your advantage. Try to keep that pressed down into the mat. Roll your spine down. Your lower back reaches. Your mid back, your upper back. Glue those knees together. Exhale, chin tucks into your chest to round and come all the way up. Good. Exhale to come on up. Use your hands on your legs if you need to kind of pull a little extra boost. See if you can pull yourself up just slightly. Use as much of your core as you can. And then when you need to, use your hands on your sides. Roll down. That's the important part. On your exhale, Peel your spine up and off. When you get up to the top, reach your hands up, hold it there, switch legs. Bring your arms back down. Roll down, lower back, mid back, upper back. Chin tucks into your chest, peel your spine up and off the mat. Good, one more time like that. Exhale, press that foot into the ground. That will also help. Chin tucks in, round and reach. Nice job. All right, hands come up, both legs extend. See if you need to, bend them slightly. Straight legs is gonna be a little bit harder, okay? Try to stay in your core. Just lower your arms and lift your arms. Lower and lift. One more time, lower and lift. And then you can lower down your feet and extend, dive forward. Ooh, those are always tough. Never get easier. Well, they do get easier, but then they get harder again. It's kind of how it goes, you know. If you want to ever practice those at home, a really nice way to do that is to put a foot underneath your couch. So you can hook and you can put one foot over the top of the couch. Okay, so you're facing your couch, right? Foot underneath, leg is extended over the top. That'd be a great way to practice those. It would help a lot. It would. So if you are so inclined, it's a great way to practice them. All right, reach your hands to the inside of your legs and grab onto the outsides of your ankles. Find balance on your tailbone. Just make sure you have enough space behind you, which I think you probably do. Yeah. Chin tucks into your chest. You're gonna roll back to roll up. Balance at the top. Roll back to roll up. Click your heels 3 times. 1, 2, 3. At the back, 1, 2, 3. Come up, 1, 2, 3, like a seal. Roll back to roll up. If you are so inclined to bring that up to a standing position, you'll cross your legs, release your hands. Stand it on up. Well, that was pretty darn good, though. I mean, without even no momentum. That was great. Nice jobs. Okay. Nicely done. Oh, I got crooked here. Okay. Standing at the end of your mat, heels are together, toes are apart. Reach your arms up. Dive down, reach to your toes, like you're reaching up and over that picket fence again. Now from this position, you're gonna walk out into a plank. Once you get there, stay there. Had enough push-ups yet? Not quite yet. You're gonna lower your entire body down to your mat. Everything lowers with control. You can lift up to you went all the way down your mat. Everybody's on their mat. All the way down you go. Good. Okay. Now from here, you're going to lift up to your knees or your toes, your choice. Exhale to lift up. Good. Meet at the toes. And then from that position, you're going to reach your hips up. Your eyes look to your knees. Walk your hands back to your feet. Tummy pulls in, stack your spine all the way up. Lower back, mid back, upper back. All right, that was one perfect push-up. That looked pretty darn good. We're gonna do that same thing again. You're gonna roll your spine down, reach to your toes. Now this time, if you can walk out in 3 to 4 steps, that is best case scenario. Once you get to your push-up position again, you'll do it the same way that you did before. If you wanna lower to the knees first, that's great. Or lower straight down, your entire body lowers. Once you're at the mat, you're all the way down on the ground. You're going to exhale as you lift up to your knees or your toes, and then meet at the toes. Look to your knees, your hips lift up, your eyes look down towards your feet or your knees. Walk your hands back. Draw your abs in as you stack your spine back up. Lower back, mid back, upper back. I'm not a huge fan of knee push-ups or like half push-ups. Like, let's just go as low as you can, because you're never actually going to be able to translate that to a full push-up. That's why I'm always on you about like lowering your entire body down to get full range of motion. Even if you're coming up to the knees and then to the toes, at least you're getting your entire body down. It's way more beneficial than doing like a half, like, you know what I'm talking about? Like sometimes we just do those push-ups where you're like half down, half up. Exactly, yeah. Or you're just from the knees. You're never going to be able to translate that to the toes if you never practice it, right? That's why I do that. You're going to do one more. Reach your arms up. Tummy pulls in, dive down, reach to your toes. Eyes look to your knees for as long as you can. Walk your hands out. Once you are at your push-up position again, the most perfect push-up you've ever done, lower your entire body down. You lift up to the knees or the toes, and we meet at the toes. You lift your hips up. You walk your hands back. Your head hangs. Your tummy pulls in and up. Your lower back, mid back, upper back, everything reaches back up. Nice job. Take a step into the center of your mat. You can face the windows and then find a nice wide position. Your toes are pointed to the side of your mat, but straight out in front of you. From this position, take your right hand up to the ceiling. Your left hand is going to follow the inside of your leg. You're going to reach your hips back, look at your top hand. You should get a nice big stretch on the inside of your leg. And then stack your spine all the way back up. Keep that hand reaching up to the ceiling. Exhale, reach down, big stretch. And bring it all the way back up. Keep that hand reaching up. One more time. Exhale, reach, stretch. Bring it back up to your starting position. Switch hands. Opposite hand goes up. Opposite hand reaches to the inside of your leg. Reach your hips back. And inhale, stack back up. 2 more times. Exhale, reach. And inhale. 1 more time. Once you return back up, bring both of your hands up. Dive down, reach to your mat in front of you. You can reach your hands, actually like press them down into the ground, and they'll let your head hang. You get a nice big stretch in the middle of your legs. Lower part of your back. Walk your hands over to one of your feet. Find that length in the back of your neck. And then walk your hands all the way over to the opposite side. And then bring that back into center. Draw your abs in as you stack your spine all the way back up. Your lower back, your mid back, your upper back. Bring your arms up. Arms come down. Heel toe your feet to come together. And then why don't you take a stand off on the, so you're not on a mat. You just have some space on the turf. Stand and twist. Toes are pointed forward. Your hands are reaching up. You are an X. From this position, you're going to lift up your heels. And you're going to flip your feet all the way around. So watch what my feet do. I'm going to flip them. And then reach to my far leg. Okay, so go ahead and try that. Head hangs and your arms reach. All the way down. You're going to come all the way back up. Lift up your heels and then flip them all the way around. Can you make it in one go? And then reach to your opposite foot. Head hangs. You return back to the middle, facing forward. Toes are pointed forward. You have that hip distance, maybe shoulder distance position, and then dive down for a nice roll down. No push-ups involved. Your head hangs and your arms reach. Relax your head and your shoulders. Hopefully you feel a little bit more flexible than when you started today. Everything stacks back up, lower back, mid back, upper back. Reach your arms up, and you're done. Nice job. Thank you guys. Thanks for coming. Way to go. I have some spray there if you would like to spray. Need anything?